Hello, it's Klepto, and today is the Gazette's 24th anniversary. And although we should all be here, celebrating almost a quarter of a century of our favorite band, today we got a very different sort of announcement. And it's only been a couple hours since the news released, but I've had several people messaging me about it, and so I just wanted to come on here and share my thoughts. That's my cat, Hime, as you all know. She's causing trouble. Just a second. Here she is for all of the Hime-chan fans out there. It's been a while since you've seen her. Or me. Actually, I've been meaning to make a video, talking about why I haven't been on YouTube recently, and I still plan to get around to that at some point. But since this came up, I figured let's talk about this now, because somehow my channel has kind of become a source for Gazette news, and I know that a lot of you follow me because of the Gazette, so yeah, we're here to talk about this today. But I do plan to eventually make a video about, why I've kind of been missing for the last few months, as well as just getting back to posting stuff, because honestly, I have so many things to share with y'all. I have videos that I have filmed and not edited yet. I have things that I've planned out and still need to film, including some kind of new kinds of content that I want to try out that I think will be fun, both to make and hopefully for you to watch as well. So, and I want to get back to streaming. So all those things are coming. And honestly, I thought the next Gazette video that I was going to be making was going to be a fun video going through all of the tracks on their new album and listening to them together. But yeah, here we are with this instead. So for those of you who may have missed the news, yeah, it's the 24th anniversary, and today the Gazette posted on their website saying that Aoi has left the band, or rather has been kicked out of the band. They cited a number of reasons for this, ranging from not being able to contact him to his lack of participation in band activities, making it impossible for them to hold lives or do things that they were trying to schedule, to asking for money, and all kinds of different reasons that they decided, they made this tough decision to kick him out of the band, which is pretty serious. And the Gazette, I think, has been one of the most stable bands that we've seen in Visual Kei. They're the only one of my favorites that are still active, considering that most of my other favorite Visual Kei bands have disbanded or gone on hiatus over the years. But Gazette has been, very solidly active and has not changed their original member lineup, except for at the very beginning when they had a different drummer. Ever since Kai joined, they've been very stable, despite the departure of Reita, who just, became this eternal member who they weren't ever going to replace either. Hold on, Hime is also up to something again. Sorry about that. So yeah, the Gazette had been pretty stable. So the news of a departure of a member, especially getting kicked out of the band, is a big deal. And obviously the Gazette fans are in turmoil. Shortly after this, Aoi posted a statement saying that he was kind of shocked that this statement was posted, because that's not his version of the story at all. He had said in April of last year that he would be quitting the Gazette. That would have been after their big live for the 23rd anniversary in Tokyo. And then that he had told them that he'd be stopping all of his activities by September. And then he later went on to post the message that he was going to post in September, which, sounded overall like a very amicable leave from the Gazette. He wanted to end on good terms rather than it going the way that it did. Of course, we got messages from each of the other members with their thoughts on the whole situation and how tough it's been. And yeah, I think this has definitely been a tough decision for all of them. And it's interesting. I mean, we've got two very different sides of the story here that have been posted online within the last few hours. And I think the thing that reading them, my first impression, because some people have asked me what I think about this, and my impression is, first of all, that it's a really sad situation. We had really hoped to see the Gazette stay together forever, especially, after the passing of Reita and this promise that he wanted the Gazette to be eternal, and how aligned everyone had seemed in making that goal happen. It's hard, I think, for a lot of people to process that someone is leaving. But I think both versions of this story, are true. Both of them can be true. And I think that it's a really tough situation for all of them, especially because, I mean, all this was, I think started with the passing of Rita and all of them having lots of feelings about everything, which is completely understandable. And I have a feeling that this is kind of a misunderstanding that's gotten blown out of proportion, and none of them wanted it to end this way. I'm sure of that. And I think along the way, miscommunications happened. This is a time when there's a lot of feelings around the continuation of the band and everything that's happened. So it makes sense. It's sad, and I don't think that this is how it should have happened, and I hope that there's maybe a chance for reconciliation in the future, even if, Aoi will not rejoin the band, but just for them to be on friendly terms, because it seems like from what we can see from these messages, like they were unable to communicate well at the end. And that's unfortunate because, they've spent the last, 24 years of their life working together. So, basically, I think both versions of the story are true, and that it's just a really unfortunate situation all around. Now, when I start to think of it, from the other perspective of what is the next Gazette Live gonna look like with only 3 members on the stage, that's crazy, Also, the fact that the band now has 4 members and one of them is not alive is just really strange. It does kind of make sense that this is maybe part of why that album release has been so delayed, because, they'd been talking about it for a while and then it just went, completely silent. So I think that probably has something to do with all of this. So maybe now that this decision has kind of been reached, we'll finally see them moving forward rather than being stuck trying to figure out what is going on with the situation. So, an unfortunate situation all around, and it's hard to picture how it's going to look with them moving forward and also with Aoi moving forward on his own. I wonder what his career trajectory will look like from now too. But I think the main thing is to keep supporting. In the end, I don't really think necessarily that anybody did anything wrong based on what we have seen from the comments. So, so those are kind of my thoughts on the situation, and that's the general update. I'm sure you can go read. There's good translations out there of all of the comments that have been posted. So I won't bother doing that here because you can go find that online. Maybe I'll link a Tumblr blog in the comments that does a good job of translating things. So you can check them out if you want to read the English versions of the full comments. And of course there's lots of people talking about it on Twitter, but I just kind of wanted to come here and give an update and say that, that's how I feel about it, and give you all also a space to discuss things in the comments, because I know that this channel has been kind of a place for Gazette fans to gather and share their thoughts and things. So you can use the comments for that. Just because I've on all my Gazette videos, I never get around to replying to the comments. I really want to, but I have a tendency to get overwhelmed easily and just not be able to get to everything. But please know that I do see everything. I should start leaving at least a like on the comments just to show you that I've seen them. I do see them all. I never go around to liking them all because I always intend in my head that when I have free time, I'll go back and reply to them all. So I think that's the only reason I haven't gone back to like every comment or anything, is because I always have this idea that I'm going to get around to having time to reply to them all. But even if I don't, please know that I do see them all. So please feel free to use this as a space to share your thoughts and discuss everything. But what do you all think about this? What do you think it's going to look like going forward? This is not the next Gazette update that I had planned on making, and I think none of us were expecting this at all right now. So we'll see what things look like going forward. We'll see how soon we get other announcements from them, and I think also I suppose the next kind of milestone that we'll be approaching is the next anniversary of Reita's passing and his birthday. So they've been doing his birthday live every year, and I feel like they'll want to continue doing that. And I have a feeling that that will be probably the first live that we'll see just 3 of them on stage. That's really a weird situation too, because, you know, with Reita, they decided to never replace him because he's always going to be a member of the band. But with Aoi leaving or being kicked out or whatever, does this mean that they will get another support guitarist as the rhythm guitarist? Like, will they find someone to fill in that place in the band? Or, you know, it doesn't seem like they would just, you know, continue using his old tracks like they have with Reita, because he's actually left. So, yeah, I think that's still hard to, you know, wrap our heads around, the fact that we're down to 4 members. It's just strange. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's kind of all. I just wanted to come on here and make a short video to mention it, bring it up, and share with anyone who maybe hasn't heard the news yet. Let me know what you think, and I hope I will be back here soon to just give you my own updates, and hopefully for more fun things as well. So stay tuned. If you want to see more of my stuff, I tend to be a lot more active on Instagram. My Instagram is kleptodio rather than kleptoyade. So go check me out over there, and yeah, I tend to post a lot of posts and stories and things, so you'll see me around there more often. But I do want to get back to YouTube. I do want to get back to Twitch, and so yeah, hopefully I'll be seeing you all around here a lot more in the next couple months. So all right, well, take care, everyone, and yeah, take your time processing the news. Take care, keep loving the Gazette, and every member of the Gazette, past and present. And yeah, I think we should just all encourage all of their activities going forward, and we'll see what kinds of new things we hear from them. So, all right, thank you for listening, and yeah, take care. See you again. Bye.